Hello everyone, this is Dark Lily with Zen Kitty Studios, and up in the corner you have Bella. She is watching me make a video. I'm making a video today sharing my collage book with you that I just finished. If you're new to my channel, let me just say welcome. And if you've been here a while, you're probably wondering why there aren't travel videos. For a while, my husband and I were traveling the United States. My husband and I were traveling the United States for a while in an RV. And I have lots of travel videos on that, if you have been watching my channel for any length of time. We went on Route 66 in our RV in 2018 and went across the United States. I have lots of videos on things where we stopped, different places, and at the present we are pretty much established in an RV park in Quartzsite, Arizona. So I'm not traveling. I'm not making very many travel videos. I've done a few videos on Christmas time and events that have happened in Quartzsite. But as I'm not traveling, I'm going to be making a change to my channel. When I start traveling again, I'll make more travel videos. But in the meantime, I'm going to share some of my art with you. I do watercolor painting, I do urban sketching, oil painting, and my one passion right now is collage art. This book I started about 3 years ago, and I just finished it yesterday, so I am so excited to share it with you. It is a Dylusions journal, and I've got a copy of one here. This is one that is new, and you see the cover. I've added a picture. It's kind of like a manila. You can paint on this. You can glue stuff to it, and it's very versatile. They cost about 20 bucks on Amazon. This one is 11 by 8, 11 inches deep, long, and 8 inches wide. It's kind of a big one for working in. You open it up, it has a little manila envelope. You can store some of your clippings there, your clipping art. It's got like a notebook cover, and you open, the pages are white when you're not working in it. I've started this one. This one is going to be a dystopian journal. I got the idea from Art Therapy with Jen. She did one and it was really cool. But anyway, it's a new one. So I want you to see this is what they look like when they're new. The paper, it's like cardstock, like a manila envelope. It is extremely thick. And you can paint on it. I do not have to use any kind of primer to paint on it. It takes paint well, takes glue well. You can glue down scrapbook paper. And they start out pretty thin. I'll show you. It's not real thick, as you can see. But then when we compare it to this one, they get pretty fat when you start gluing stuff in them. So I was outside, but I'm on my bed trying to make a video because there was too much noise out there. So anyway, I'm going to take you on a quick tour of part of the journal, probably about a third of this journal, because it's pretty big. So we're going to do this, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I love this picture. I think I got it in a Smithsonian magazine or something like that, or an art magazine. Put that on the cover. I added some metallic paint. It's kind of a copper gold around the edges. And this plant is from an old plant botanicals book where it had beautiful flowers, and I just added that to make it. So here we go. That is just a scrapbook page. It's from a collage soup book, and I didn't really have to do too much with it. I added the words, find your adventure and enjoy life, but this was all one thing in the collage soup book. Makes a good header page. And here we have some ladies that I cut out of Vogue magazine. I used a lot of magazine pictures in here. I used scrapbook paper for backgrounds and collage art books that you can get online. A lot of people who do collage will share these with you. I will share some with you someday. But there's lots of books that you can get online on Amazon. They're called Collage Soup, or there is Maria Riven's Cut and Collage book, and they have little tiny things that you can cut out. Now this girl, I cut her out of Vogue, and I thought it was kind of funny because she's got this costume on, and you know how Vogue pictures are. Some of the fashion is really silly. Anyway, I decided she was super dot. That's what I came up with. And so she's a hero. In the background, you see the blurred people, and she's running at the speed, really fast speed, and people can hardly see her. She's a blur. And her superpower, she's super dot. I don't know. I just thought of that. That's what I came up with. I put her in here first, and then, of course, came up with the idea. Now, here's another fronts piece. I was going to have this be my contents page. Just white kitties and pretty girls. I used to collect white cats at one time. Porcelain, you know, teacup cats and plates and cat figurines. Not anymore because I live in an RV. There is no room. And this is The Rites of Spring. This one I completed exactly 3 years ago. In March of 22. It was one of my first ones. She's a Vogue lady. And I thought she just looked so beautiful. She had this scarf on her head. It was like all around her head, like a scarf. Was pastel colors, yellow and pink. Thought of spring. And her makeup. So I added all those cutout flowers to her head. And I added the butterflies and the bugs. And in the background along here is stamping. The oxide inks that you can get from Ranger, and stencils. And then the butterflies, of course, like the flowers, were cut out. And right in the middle here is this picture that I took. I'm a photographer, of irises. I love irises. That was in our hometown some years ago, blooming in spring. And so this is called The Rites of Spring. I like how this one turned out. I don't like how everyone turns out. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just end up being a mess. And actually, to be truthful, I had a book like this about 6 or 8 years ago that I had started, and I ended up throwing the book out because I just felt like everything looked like a mess. I wasn't happy with how things were going. It was my first attempt at Collage Art Journal. This one, just dreaming of Italy, had these pictures, threw them together. Bunch of pictures cut out. And this one has a bit of a message. You turn yourself into a pretzel for people and think that's a noble thing to do, to put yourself second. And it's not. And it's not. At a certain point you go, wait, this doesn't feel so good. And then down here in the bottom, she's free. This one is just kind of a gothic one. Didn't really have a theme. I just put the text in later, after the fact. I like my gothic imagery, as you know. And I'll be making a gothic journal soon. I'm actually working on a Halloween one too. But I'll be doing just a strictly gothic one. If you've read any of my books, I write historical romances, but they are mostly with a gothic theme. So I love that kind of stuff. And here's another one that I did, just a random one. I love the lady. She's so beautiful. I had to put her in here. Just added a flower to her hair, and these are scrapbook papers, teacup, and butterflies. This one has more of a nature theme. It's just kind of celebrating nature, the small wonders, the natural world, you know, the little bitty things that we don't always see. Like you see, this is a frog. If you can make him out, he's almost transparent. He's like a glass frog. And a butterfly. And the teeny little pretty fly, iridescent. And the bee, of course. And then there's a little frog in the flower. So yeah, not really much of a theme, but just that's what I went with. One of my earlier ones. I'm trying to free myself from having to have everything be a theme. It kind of gets tedious after a while. It's fun. I watch Nicole at Relax Cut Glue. If you watch her, she's awesome. And, well, you know, she does random. And I'm starting to get into the random instead of everything having to have a theme. Okay. This one, I was just thinking of Marie Antoinette and thinking she's got feathers on her head and just choose to be outrageous, unique, colorful. Here's one for romance, storybook. I love this couple. They were on I think it was a Victorian Trader magazine where you can buy all kinds of Victorian type things for your home, little lamps and scarves and tapestries. But that was on the cover, and it's just like, I hate to waste that picture, so we saved a picture. This one was in a artsy magazine, and I just love the sepia tone. So I put the girl down first and her shoes, and for the longest time I could not figure out what to do with it that would go with her. And so then I slowly, over the course of a couple of years, added these pictures. First it was the old photography cameras, and then it was the pussy willows and the flower. And I just added this heart key, probably last week. And the words Night Blooming Beauties, that went on yesterday. And we celebrate the creatives. The world is their stage. So make what you will of it, but this is one that I worked on for a few years and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. So I just kept turning the page and moving on. And here we go. We're going to turn the page again. Here's just another one that's really, it has no theme other than just being surreal and weird. I added the swimmers to the background, and then I added the flying fish, and then the dogs chasing the caterpillar with the little boy riding on it. So, I don't know. It doesn't really have a name. It's just a surreal picture. But it was fun. This one is interesting because that background with the coffee cup where it says study a cloud, finish a novel in one setting, enjoy something made better with time. I got that out of a magazine from the 1990s that I found at the laundromat. So I saved that, added some kitties and some background. And on the other page, I've got the lady enjoying her coffee and more kitties and books. And that's how that all worked out. But it's just funny that you can find magazines from 20 years ago and find stuff in them to collage. Love that. Speaking of which, this one, I wanted to go with kind of a space age theme. And that woman in the left, she is from a book that I have. It's called Advertising from the 1960s. I cut her out. She was in a makeup ad. Guess, if you can guess. And I thought she looked kind of spacey, you know, like somebody from Star Trek or something. And so here we are, explore your cosmic future. And then the same with this lady on the right-hand side. She, I think, was from a shampoo commercial or something from the same book. So I just thought of a space age type thing. And it worked. And of course, the background for that, the space, came from probably National Geographic. And then, of course, I got creative with my text. I was feeling creative, so I outlined the text in Sharpie and then added the little dots just to add some interest to the words. So there, that's that one. Turn the page. Another random one. I don't know if that's Diane Ross and the Supremes. I'm not sure. I got that in Marie Riven's book, Cut and Collage. I didn't know what to do with it, so I added this lady and some text. So there you go. Just discover your greatness. Celebrate, yay. This one I have to turn around. This is Art is All Around You. Art is all around me. It's everywhere I go. And that's the theme of this one. And the lady in the middle, she's walking down the street. And yeah, you can see art everywhere. You got statues, you've got advertisements and music. That's a form of art. Famous paintings, all kinds of stuff. It's just, yeah, you'll see it. You will see art all around you if you're looking. You know, there's graphic art that is used for advertising products. And then there's statues, you know, that we see in parks. And even clothing is a form of art, you know? I mean, you think about it. Even what you wear, you know, if you follow Vogue. Yeah, it can be really weird, but yeah. That's where that went. Oh, and then this one. This one was a real challenge to me. And I'll tell you why. This lady came out of that same book, advertising in the 1960s. And I put the clock background here. That's scrapbook paper. I put that down and put her down. For the longest time, I did not know what to do with her. Nothing was coming to me. And then I found this one in Vogue. This is Jennifer Lopez. I put her there because I like the way she's flowing. And I just did not know what to do with this one. As I started adding all this stuff to her hat, all these flowers, and still wasn't sure. I didn't like it. You know, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm ruining it. It's starting to look junky to me. I got the little lizard. Well, then I added the pug, because, right, pugs make everything better, don't they? And the plants, and the butterfly. And then I found this quote. I decided, whoops, why am I shaking here? I decided to stop overanalyzing it and just have fun with it. And you know what? That fits. That fits this picture. Really does. You know, I decided to stop analyzing this picture and just have fun with it. And it turned out weird and wonderful. So that's a lesson. If you're new to collage art, just go with it. Just go with it. I mean, if you don't like something, you can always just glue more stuff on top. That's what I do. Or throw the book away. I won't do that again. Okay, this one I love. And what I love the most is this couple just drew me in. I just thought they looked so fantastic. So I put them down and I paired it with this image. It was like a wine. I think it was either for a vacation getaway or for a wine, probably both. And I added that, and then it started to come to me. Yeah, romance. And the flowers. And so that worked. And then what I did is I took black paint and put it around to kind of make it look more finished. But yeah, I just love that couple. I love the way she's looking at him. Here we go. I love pink. Yep, so I cut all the pink stuff I had in my clippings. I kind of just threw together on here. So yeah, pink. Let's celebrate pink. And here's another one that I was thinking of, nature and world events, the high price of technology. It's kind of like, you know, climate disaster is what it is. Some pictures came from National Geographic, and some came from an abandoned places book that I have. And some came from the Maria Rivens. And it's just, yeah, it's just lots of interesting little things that come together to show you, yeah, things are going south for our planet, really. And Here's an easy one. It's better with bourbon. Better with bourbon. Had that picture. She's got the gold on, you know, like she's a dancer or something. And I added the parrot, and it's better with bourbon, and it works. A little bit of gold paint. And this one, I was thinking of a Alice in Wonderland theme, and I could not find the right words for that. It was going to be Gateway to Imagination. I couldn't find that. But then I found In the Blue Haze of Hookah Smoke, you know, if you remember the cat smoking the hookah, or was it the caterpillar? But anyway, you've got all your magical beings there, a little goddess and a fairy, a gargoyle in the front. That gargoyle is from a photograph I took in Chicago on the top of a building. Black and white photo. And of course, she came out of Vogue. She would be Alice in Wonderland, I guess. That was my attempt anyway. I don't know if it came off. And this one was another one I struggled with. I loved the theater picture. And I just started gluing weird stuff to it, like a hand with a brain, and mushrooms, and people dancing, and the sheep, you know, counting sheep if you're sleeping. So anyway, private world of dreams and inspiration. Kind of like the theater of the mind, I guess you could call it. And here's the Queen of the Night. It was Elizabeth Taylor, her face, but I didn't like it. It just seemed so plain. Just her in that picture. So I found this in one of those collage soup books, and I added that, and it just kind of helped me finish it. So, and this is the one I will close with for today. This is just another weird one with imagination, you know, like escape and explore, and it's all... They're under the ocean, you know, I'm thinking of Aquaman, you know, the seahorses and the people in their cars that are driving in under the sea, and mermen, and a guy riding a seahorse, pufferfish, octopus. This one was interesting to do. It probably doesn't look as finished as some of the other ones do, but I'm like, well, okay, I'm done with this one. Sometimes you just get to the point where you're like, okay, I can't add any more or it's going to look tacky. So this is the one I will end with today. And I will share some more pictures with you in another day. And I hope that if you do collage art, you'll share yours and enjoy what you do. And nothing is wrong. Just do what you love. Cut and collage. Let's glue. So this is Zen Kitty Studio saying peace out. Have a good day.